The following video is rated PG for puzzling gameplay. Viewer discretion is advised.
It is our super weekend here at the Tetris Attack Speedrun Tournament 2025. We have 15 players registered and 14 players will be playing all weekend. We've got 4 matches today. It's going to be a busy one. Let's get to it. Hello puzzlers, this is Cards of the Heart alongside the Beefin314 and Tolker. Welcome back to the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Tetris Attack Speedrun Tournament 2025. And Beefin, it's a busy one. We've got 4 matches. We're knocking some people out and advancing people to the V-Hard rounds. How much are you looking forward to this one?
This is going to be super exciting. Yeah, we're getting down to it. 3 of our players this weekend are going to go home. That's going to always tough, but I'm really looking forward to the matches today. Let's go.
Yeah, we've got 2 people in this call that will actually be playing today. In fact, Tolker, you're up second. How are you feeling going into that one?
Well, I've been doing some grinding, but we always have to be expecting the opponent to come up and try to improve and pull stuff. So I'm going to be doing my best, and I'll be trying to take the win so that I can keep moving forward.
All right, we'll definitely see how Tolker will do after calling this first match here in just a little bit, and I'll see how I can do with my match after managing this broadcast for probably 3 hours. So we'll see what kind of fun we can both have on this super Saturday of the Tetris Attack Speedrun Tournament 2025. It's going to be a very, very busy one for many of us involved. But first, if you're tuning into this game for the first time and you're not exactly sure how everything works, allow me to take a couple minutes of your time to explain how this game works and how we are playing it in this tournament. Tetris Attack is a match 3 puzzle game released for the Super Nintendo in North America and Europe based on the Super Famicom game Paled Upon. It was also localized and broadcast through the Super Famicom's Satellaview add-on multiple times throughout its service. Both versions are playable in this tournament. Swapping up to 2 panels in your stack at a time, match at least 3 panels of the same color horizontally or vertically to make the panels disappear. Simply matching 3, however, will not be enough to win. You need to make combos and chains to not only stop your stack's gradual rising for a short time and prevent your stack from breaking through the top of your field, but also send garbage to your opponent to force their stack to the top of their field. Make combos by matching more than 3 panels at once. The amount of time they stop rising the stack is minimal, but so is the amount of time their garbage makes the opponent's field shake. Quick wins can be achieved if you stack combo garbage correctly. Make chains by linking sets of matches together. Make one set of panels disappear and then let the panels directly above them fall into another match. Their garbage makes the opponent's field shake more, but they stop the rising stack for much longer. Forcing your opponent's stack to the top is more consistent with larger chain garbage. To beat the CPU opponents, you must either make sure that they run out of time while their stack is topped out, send so much garbage that they can no longer make a move, or send garbage in a way to make them think they can no longer make a move. Due to how combo garbage is handled in this game, this is by far the least likely scenario. In Versus mode, the easy level has 10 stages, the normal level has 11, and the levels Hard and V-Hard as we call it have 12. In this tournament, players will be racing each other through all of those stages to defeat the final stage as fast as they can. The player who does that first wins the race. The player who wins a predetermined number of races first wins the match. Best of luck to all of our players. We are now hitting the losers bracket for the first time. We are starting today with the opening round, round 1 of the losers bracket, and it is the same popcorn level pick format that we've been doing for the past 2 weeks. We're playing through all of the versus levels at some point, and our players in each match are having to decide on which level to play for the first race, and then it becomes a loser counterpick of one of the other levels to play until either we have determined a winner or we've played through them all. And if we do need a game 5, and somehow I get a feeling we might get a Game 5 in at least one of our matches today, then the previous race loser will get the pick of any of the levels to repeat for a second time. And again, throughout these festivities, we are fighting for the title of TA 2025 champion. We'll hand out a nice little role in our community Discord server showing the trophy in our little trophy case. And then the top 4 finishers of this tournament will be getting a piece of our crowd-funded prize pool. The prize pool currently sits at $310 out of our initial stretch goal of $500. And if we do make that goal of $500, we'll expand the top 4 to the top 8. So you can increase it like Beefin has done here with a nice little $10 tip. Thank you for that. And that puts the total at $320. And you watching can increase it further with your own tips or maybe some subscriptions that you have lying around for the Twitch channel. That includes Prime Gaming. You get that one free Twitch sub every month with your Prime Gaming subscription. You might as well spend it here if it's burning a hole in your pocket anywhere else. And you could also throw down some bits like I just threw down here. And all those bits, penny for penny, dollar for dollar, will get added to the pool. So that will increase the pool to $325. So we're getting ever so closer. I wonder if we can hit that goal before we end the tournament. I mean, we've got like 5 or 6 weeks left of this thing, so hopefully we can get there soon. And if you are watching this on YouTube, then you can go to the tip page on screen to throw in your direct support. Or if you're watching live, you can type !pool to get a clickable link to that tip page. Now let's take a look at where we are in our brackets. The view is a bit small because we're covering a wide area today. We will be covering 2 matches in the winners quarterfinals, which will include 6 taking on FFR Pro 21 before I finally take the stage against Tayman. And those 2 matches will certainly be competitive for one reason or another. But we are starting today in the first round of the losers bracket, and there will be 1 round of losers play before everything shifts over to effectively the top 12. I believe it would end up being here. We will be eliminating 3 players from contention this weekend, and our very own Tolker is in danger of being eliminated in a match that we will see coming up later on. But right now we go to our 8 versus 14 matchup. Yukisaka versus ilikebeingsmart. Yukisaka got upset a fair bit, I think, by 9 seed Tai in last week's encounter, while Smart has been sitting for a couple of weeks stewing over her loss to Tetris Attacker. So both players coming into this match maybe with different mindsets here. And Beefin, talk to me about what you expect to see from these 2 players today.
I think both of these players are, want redemption. It used to be called the redemption bracket. I know, I've been talking to Yuki. I know Yuki's, he feels pretty disappointed about, like how he performed in the match against Tai. So I know he's looking for, a good win today. And again, this is a run back. This is a run back of 2022, where these 2 players actually played each other in the redemption bracket, with Smart coming out on top over that, en route to becoming the silver bracket champion of that year. So I'm really looking forward to some great puzzle action, and I think it's going to be a really close matchup. What say you guys?
I'm inclined to agree. I think that some of the times that we have for both of these players can be quite tight, especially for some of the difficulties. So we will see some clinchers. I'm sure we're going to get some exciting finishes, and I can't wait to jump right into it.
Indeed, indeed. Just to get a little perspective on the stats that we've seen from these players so far. Just going back to their open performances, and before that, Jade Schwan with the $5 tip. Thank you very, very much for that support. That's $330 in the pool now. We love to see that. But again, going back to their open performances, not a whole lot of sample size for these players. It's been about 5 races in each category for each of our players. Yuki averaging a 654 through his 5 races, while ilikebeingsmart only had 1 race in, this is the easy level, and got a 648. But both players had over 7 minutes in their last encounters in this major championship. Meanwhile, if we go to the normal level, Yuki in 6 races averaged a 659 to Smart's 8 minutes flat through her 5 races. Although, and to signify the separation even further, it was last week Yuki getting a normal time of 7:04 to Smart's 7:40. But I think the harder level is going to be where Smart tries to butter her bread, because both players averaging around 853 for their hard mode runs, and for V-hard, Yuki averaging a 945, and Smart actually hadn't had any V-hard races this season until 2 weeks ago, where she got a 957 compared to the 1011 that Yuki got last week. So lots of intrigue to be had. If this match stays to the earlier levels, I think Yuki has the edge, but the more hard runs we play, the more likely Smart will find an opening to come out on top. And I think Smart is aware of all of this data. She gets really deep into the weeds of the strategizing in all these levels, so this will be a good one. Before we take it to the match, let's take a look at the Twitch chat for their predictions on who is going to win this match. And we've got 2/3 of the points going to Smart, winning the whole thing today. I see Tetris Attacker throwing down several thousand points in Smart's favor. I see a Corey BLD, a competitor in the monthlies, throwing down their points to Yuki. So who knows what we could see from these two today. So let's not make these players wait any longer. It's time to get to, unfortunately, eliminating one of our players from the tournament. It is the 8th seed Yukisaka, the 14th seed ilikebeingsmart. We're going to start this match right now! And we are starting on the easy level for game 1. I think Smart basically left it to Yuki's devices to pick this first level. What do you think about that move, Beefin?
Hey, I'm okay with it. I mean, I think Yuki's much better at the faster difficulties. I think this is more of a pick of he just wants to get this out of the way. And that's kind of been the general vibe of easy mode in this tournament. I mean, having said that, like, everybody is wanting to play it first, so maybe that does lend some credence to that thought.
I'd actually fight you, because if you play your cards right, you might actually not face easy at all, especially if you pick your hardest difficulties or your better difficulties first. So I'm actually inclined to think that people choose easy because they feel it's the push of consistency that they can overcome their opponent in. So I fight that mindset. I think that if Yuki really wanted, they would have tried to go hard or V hard first and try to keep it in those higher level difficulties to build that momentum.
I do wonder because again the only match Yuki actually won in last week's encounter against Tai was on V hard, but based on limited sample sizes, we have very competitive times between these two in the harder levels. So it's hard to say which data you go on to try and decide how to start things off, but I don't know. I think easy mode is just the way to really get your feet wet with warming up. Like, I don't know how much warm up these players had before going into this matchup, but we will see how they will perform in this game one. Here we go. And it is basically a race to 7 lines throughout this easy run. And you might see 4 chains, 5 chains. It really depends on the number of combos that our players make. Smart was very, very smart with her attack and gets a well-timed drop on Lakitu in 15 seconds. Yuki, unfortunately, was 1 line short, had to deal with a garbage clear, and will settle for a 24. Now, Tolker, I know you've done a little bit of digging into how this level works, specifically with these CPUs. What can you tell us about how this level works?
Well, absolutely. First of all, the main issue is most of these characters are going to flatten their stack at the beginning, and from there, then they're going to wait a certain amount of time, depending on the stage, before they do anything. So for these first 4 or 5 stages, you will see that our opponents will downstack their stack to be flat, and then they will wait 5 seconds before doing any move. If you can send the 7 lines you need for this flat stack, you will be able to get the kill, usually around somewhere between 12 to 15 seconds. Now, you can see this in this case, Pucci, he's just going to sit here for 5 seconds until 15 on the clock, not do absolutely anything, and then goes for those hearts. And the timer starts decreasing more and more as the opponents start getting further into the run. So I am excited to see if these players are going to be pulling any strats, especially because these attributes can be manipulated by sending trash early, avoiding them from being able to downstack completely. There's a lot of things that they can do with gameplay here, so I'm excited to see how they're going to be pushing forward.
Definitely a lot easier said than done trying to adhere to any specifics on attacking these opponents. I mean, Beefin, what's your general approach to this level?
Yeah, I agree. I'm kind of, I've been reading up on Tolker's, dossier about this game mode. And yeah, to me, the biggest thing is getting that 7 lines, being able to send 7 lines consistently. Like you saw in the beginning of this, like Yuki struggled a little bit, sending 6 lines in both stages, and Smart taking, an early lead by making sure that 7 lines were down. So, that's going to be the name of the game, making sure that these enemies are topped off before anything else happens.
And even though it was an early lead for Smart through 4 stages, both of these players are basically even Steven. Depending on which puzzle community you're in, you might call that neck and neck. So there's still a long way to go throughout this 10-stage run. And looked like a little bit of extra unfortunate garbage clearing for Yuki, wasting a little bit of time, but we're still looking at about a 3-second, maybe even 2-second difference. Now, this one will come down right down to the wire. It looks like I see Smart making a 5 chain, gonna go up to a 6 chain with a 5 combo on the end of that. Gonna make sure that this works, and that will work for 18 seconds. Unfortunately for Yuki, still a line short, even after a secondary attack. It's kind of hard to really piecemeal these opponents with segmented attacks. I mean, if you if you have to, like the moment you start getting garbage onto these opponents, they will have their attention drawn to it. So you really do need to get all down in one attack in order to minimize the chances of any garbage clearing. Beefin, what are you seeing so far? Beefin, what are you seeing so far from how these two are playing?
Seeing Yuki, go for these 8 combos and at the end, and while the 8 combos are really good, he's taken way too long to arrange them and get them sent over. Meanwhile, I believe that that Smart is sending a 6 chain regardless. I think that's incredibly smart. Mainly because, you can make sure that you can get that 7 lines. And if you don't get there, then, like you're seeing here, she's got 2 pillars on the side and got extra garbage. Is, really quick to get that over. So I think Smart has been the more consistent player in this round so far. Yuki, another line. 2 line.
we wanna see our players here be doing 4 chains with 4 combos or 5 chains with 3 combos for optimal sense, and if they feel like they're a little short, extend that to a 6 chain to make sure that there is at least enough to keep them topped off.
So I like being smart, which we may refer to as Nicole throughout this broadcast. Entered the Cave of Wickedness at 5:10. Yuki is now entering at 5:37. That's a 27-second deficit with 2 stages to go. That's going to be a very tough margin to come back from. But this garbage clearing that Hookbill is doing on Smart's attack might help alleviate some of that. Although I don't think Yuki sent enough chain on this to Hookbill. Like, the combos are a little light, so the chain need to be bigger. A second attack still will not get it done. It was so close. Oh, could that be the dagger to Yuki's chances in this race?
That's
Yeah,
6
Yuki
Six
combo
combo
definitely-
from Hookbill. Are you serious?
and that chain. And not being topped off again. Jeez.
Yuki's definitely sending more quick kill or quicker sends that would be for higher difficulties, absolutely. Instead of sending the consistent 7 lines, he does need to go a little bit bigger for easy. And while I Like Being Smart is getting a clear here, her plant will not really have much to say before the ding. There she goes. That will
There it
be
is.
I Like Being Smart with a 650. And Yuki's still having to finish up his plant here before we move to the next match.
I Like Being Smart's time officially clocking in at 6:49. And that will be good enough for her to take home star number 1. I think just is way more consistent attacking from Smart in this one. As noted earlier, she was committed to the 6 chains, and just whatever combos she got with them, she'll take them in stride. Yuki tried some smaller chains and did not have the combos to facilitate them. That might be something to think about going into game 2. Yuki finishing that run with a 7:18. Definitely a disappointment by his standards. And with that, game 2 choice is Yuki's between normal hard and V hard, and we are going normal.
Norman time.
Let's see if Yuki will be the Stormin' Norman to come back in this race. We will bring you this game 2 in just a little bit. Timers counting down on racetime.gg, where we track all of our race results. And versus level 4 normal mode is underway. And Beefin, you've been on record multiple times saying that this is your favorite level in this game. Talk to us about how much you like this level personally.
I just like that you can do all kinds of crazy stuff in this. Like, to me, easy is kind of the building block of figuring out, how you can include combos inside your chains. It's also the building block to start making 8s and 9s inside of your chains. And normal is just, you don't have to send 7 lines. You can be a little more aggressive, and that's kind of the style that I like to play. So, normal just suits me. It suits me fine. So that's kind of why I enjoy it. Tolkien, do you like normal very much?
I have mixed feelings on normal. I find that it is a little easier in consistency than hard, but I do feel like it is a little more punishing to make mistakes. I am still not at a level where I am as consistent as I want to be, and those mistakes tend to be more expensive in the lower difficulties. So I have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with normal. What about you, Carts? What do you feel about this difficulty?
I mean, this is the versus level that Pokemon Puzzle League plays on, and I've played that game for the better part of 20 plus years now, so I feel very much at home with this level, and I would hope so, being in second place in this category on the leaderboards to Yoshi. And right now, Yuki is very much at home with normal mode. Right now, taking the initial lead after Poochie as we go through the 11 stages of the normal level. And I think I saw a little bit of adjustment from Yuki earlier. The chains are getting a little bit bigger. I saw a 6 chain from Yuki on his Bumpty, I believe.
Yeah.
So maybe there is a conscious adjustment being made there. Again, Nicole just sticking to her 6 chain strategy, and she's keeping things steady. Making up 11 seconds on that single stage there is no small feat in this level, and if that keeps up a few more times, then we might be headed right down to the wire with this race.
Yeah, absolutely. I do think that Yuki is showing his adjustments, because I do see that he's been changing how much he is chaining to get those accurate sends and get the opponent topped off. He didn't have a miss on the Wiggler, but we can see a strong back here in 15 with that Froggy. Like, big bounce back, and we can see that ilikebeingsmart unfortunately getting some time loss with these random clears that the Frog decided to do, but still getting a solid 20 on this normal to be moving forward to the Blarg.
And on average, I would consider an optimal send of garbage for this level to be 6 lines if you are really quick with sending everything, but if you're having a little bit of trouble, you might need 7 lines in total to get these foes topped off. Yuki doing just fine with that Blarg in 18 seconds, but Nicole needed a little bit more, and she's gonna get her garbage cleared as a result. A little bit of extra time loss there, and the lead is changing back and forth.
Absolutely.
It's not gonna be over until the fat Kamek sings.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you were mentioning, the sense that we would be looking for optimally here are an X4 with 3 combos, an X5 with 2 combos, which will give us those 6 lines very, very quickly. We can see Yuki sending that X4 with 3 combos very solid to this fish for a 17. Nicole going all the way up to an X5 with 2 combos, also sending the right amount of line, but being a little bit later just means that you need that extra 8th line, and it's right there. Fish does get the down stack and the clear, so that's going to let Yuki take a bit of a lead here and be able to extend it significantly compared to what was happening before.
And I guess the general rule for this level would be if you are a little bit slow in sending your attack, like 6 lines in the first 10 seconds would usually be good enough to win, but for every extra 10 seconds it takes, you might as well add another line to that, and it could just snowball if you can't get it done. But Yuki is first into the cave, under 5 minutes. Nicole gonna be just a little bit behind there, but at the end of this normal run, Kamek is capable of making a chain or 2, so it may take a little bit to get these final foes topped off. Hookbill not succumbing to Yuki's attack yet. And that little combo at the end will barely be enough to get it done. He does maintain a kind of sizable lead here with 2 stages to go.
Yeah, unfortunately, Call for this one specific stage has not been able to get the send to top off Hookbill, just barely sending almost enough right there. If the downstack happens here, she'll need the extra line. She does have it in the back, but that's just giving Yuki the time he needs to make this Kamek a quick kill, this plant a quick kill, and hopefully be able to move to extend this to a game 3.
All right, Yuki doing something really nice there that definitely cannot be understated in what top players can do. I don't know. Personally, I like to try and send extra combos at the very ends of my chains in order to make sure that these foes will lose quickly once they get in that downstacking phase. But Yuki's finding ways to add 8 combos to the ends of his chains, and that's being able to add those 2 lines on demand, definitely reducing the variance just a bit. And there we go, another case of a normal time being faster than an easy time. We see Yuki finishing game 2 with a time of 6 minutes 54 seconds. Good enough to even the match at 1 race apiece.
Yeah, absolutely, Cars. We did see Yuki, as I believe Beefin and I expected, show up this normal mode with a little bit more strength. Now we're going to be moving on to a little bit more of the variant and the harder difficulty. So let's see how both of our players are going to be holding up. But first, let's cheer on Nicole while she finishes up this Kamek. That is going to be a crush if she has the last lines here. Yes, she does. That's going to be a little bit of a slow burn, but that is still a very, very good job on that 7:48 normal time for ilikebeingsmart.
Back to your point that you had stated, Cards, like that was, Yuki talked to me about like what is one thing that, he could do to improve. And I was like, hey, when you send your first attack, if you're about 1 or 2 lines short, just focus on sending combos, sending them as fast as you can, because combos are a little bit faster than sending a chain most of the time. So, that run right there definitely exemplified that stance and getting game 2 there. Good stuff.
And now that we are knotted up at 1 in this best of 5 match, this game 3 becomes very pivotal. The winner of this race will control their destiny throughout the rest of this match. Because even if they lose game 4, they would have the pick of all of the levels for game 5. So a very important decision for Nicole to make in this moment. Will it be hard? Will it be V hard? How much variance does she want to introduce to the match right away? She's really going to need this one. And it looks like it will be V hard for game 3.
Yeah, let's go.
Players are ready. Timer is counting down. And we will see this game 3 on the hardest level versus level 6 for game 3 underway. And we will start with a very uncooperative Lakitu. One that will probably need 8 lines of garbage to top off. Or in Yuki's case, not close. Yeah, that would have been good for 8 lines, but might end up needing a 9th line. And it's still not enough after 20 seconds. Neither player has Lakitu topped off. This is definitely a sign of things to come, Beefin.
Yeah, Lackover on both sides is entering a really harsh clearing pattern, just leveling off. Both players still don't have Lack topped off. That was I mean, it's not that bad a deficit because both players are experiencing it, but you can't feel good about that going into Bumpty.
Definitely a rough start for both, but we have 12 stages. We have plenty of time for these players to recover, and I do see this happening from Yuki from time to time, where the chains get short chains a little bit, and when the short chains work, they are great for 15-second stages like that, but when they don't, they really spiral out of control. And the screen shake from the bigger garbage, that allowed Bumpty to get a garbage clear, and he's going to get a chain off the transformed garbage. That's not allowed. These opponents don't know how to do that. Oh, Yuki dropping a nice little lag 5 chain to fix that up a little bit, but needed 2 more lines.
Yeah, that send was going to be really, really sweet if Poochie didn't dig a hole out of there, but Poochie did, unfortunately, and yeah, that's going to contribute to wasting more and more time.
It is still a near 30-second lead for our 8 seed. Not insignificant this early on, but these runs can run over 10 minutes, both of our players, and no stranger to 10-minute plus runs in tournament play. A nice little bounce back from Nicole with that 17 Poochie. I'm gonna need a bit more than that, Tolker, in order to come back in this race.
Absolutely.
Wow. Yeah, Yuki's doing some really good follow-ups here, sending a decently sized chain with 8 and 9 combos in the back. That's really, really strong. A really good showing from him. Could have had a 9 combo right there, but decides against it. Could have had a chain there, but the game decided against it.
Oh man, Nicole had a very light combo send on that chain, and is going to get punished with not topping off Wiggler. Gonna get some more garbage clears as a result, and another chain from the transformed garbage. These foes don't know how to do that. They can't line that up at any point in this game. They are not Pokemon Puzzle League. They have not learned how to do that yet.
Yuki's in a familiar pattern that I find myself in sometimes, where I'm just like, I'm just gonna send combos the whole time, like after my first chain. And sometimes you have to recognize when the enemy is really, really low. I learned this from Foxy Man. You just need to send a new chain. You just need to reload the garbage over on the opponent's side. Thoughts on that? I mean, I feel that has worked out for me in the past.
I mean, I found myself in that loop too. I've been trying to be more conscious in my preparation this week, just screen looking at how low the opponent's stack is while I'm making my chain, trying to figure out how much garbage I need from that. This Blarg is down to row 1. Oh no.
What the hell is that?
How do you prepare for that? That is totally unreasonable, even at this level. Like, even the most final opponents don't usually demand 11 lines of garbage, so a big opportunity for Smart here to get back in this race. Oh, but the downstacking of Blarg led to another garbage clear, so that's going to be another 5 or so seconds down the drain. Fortunately, it's only 5 seconds or so. Okay, there's some motor mouth comboing from Yuki going on here at the end of his chain. Nice, a little 8 combo. Not gonna fix it. Yuki was prepared to send 8 lines, which is usually good for Lungefish and Raphael the Raven, but that one took a little bit of time to slow down. And oh, that's a 10 combo from Yuki's Lungefish.
Oh wow,
that's a bit unfortunate. And with a quick assault from Smart, allows her to take the lead just like that. That single stage was enough of a swing. And
I have been preaching that fish is 9 lines for a reason. it tends to go down to 3 lines if you send a little bit slow. And for some of our newer players who are not as veteran players, sometimes you need that extra time.
Yeah, especially since I feel that Fish enters a clearing pattern much earlier than a bunch of other levels in this game. And you kind of saw that with Yuki. Like, to me, that's the biggest reason why Yuki lost a lot of time there was Fish was just clearing everything under the sun and under the water.
Whoa, that was close. Greedy Raven went for the 5 combo yellow to clear the garbage, and had Raven gotten to that green match in time, Raven would have gotten there and would have wasted even more time. But as it stands now, it's about a 12-second lead for ilikebeingsmart, as both players have now entered the Cave of Wickedness, where now all of these final opponents have ways to chain, and that's an 11 hookbill from Yuki. Like, Smart crushes hookbill in 26 seconds, but that quick attack allows Yuki to take the lead with 3 stages to go.
Maybe I should be paying attention to the Yuki special, because, you know, Yuki started with that 7 combo. Maybe that's what contributed to that 11-second stage. That was sweet. Ah, misses the rug pull for the lag chain there.
That would have been a fun little catch. I'd have even been able to pull that off. Oh, is Smart followed up with enough onto this plant? No.
Oh.
And Yuki's plant down sacks into a garbage cleaner. Yuki, watch your head! Watch your head!
Oh, buddy.
Oh my, he's really low in garbage right now. Just going to be waiting for plants to transform, for this garbage from plant to transform, and that's going to allow Smart to move on to Kamek. Oh, plant's chain is still continuing. Every little combo that Yuki is sending is allowing plant to restart the chain.
Yeah.
That's a 4
Yuki just
chain.
needs to send a big chain. Yuki just needs to resend a chain, because as soon as Plant's gonna clear this, all that combo garbage is gonna turn into panels that he could use for chains.
And there's Smart done with Kamek at 23 seconds. I believe she has an opportunity to improve on the V-hard that she got against Tetris Attacker. And with a full stage lead heading into the final stage, if she was screen watching, she would be feeling very good about her position, but kind of hard to focus on your opponent when an opponent like Bowser rears their ugly head. And once again, she's going big on the chain. 5 chain, keeping up with Bowser's 6 chain. Will this downstacking lead to be enough? Not quite.
Oh, Yuki getting a 13.
Oh, Smart might have sent enough to make that too little too late.
Hearts. Oh. Yep, hearts are there. Oh, there's a chain off the garbage for Bowser for Smart. Oh.
Oh, and Bowser line that up from the 2nd tier above that. Very unfortunate that spawned that way. But now Bowser runs out of time, and ilikebeingsmart likes being in the lead in the match now with a 9:36. That will be enough to take game 3. And Yuki unfortunately had some chains that did not quite pan out in that mid game. Definitely lost some time in the end. Piranha Plant especially was a problem for our 8 seed. And just like that, Yuki is up against it, on the brink of elimination for the first time in our tournament. It's our 8 seed in trouble as we head to the hard level for game 4. Here we go with game 4 on the hard level. fresh off the heels of a 10:03 V-Hard for our 8 seed. Yukisaka is looking to avoid elimination from the entire tournament with this hard level for Game 4. Let's see how these two players will approach it. That's a 5 chain from Yuki. That's a 4 chain from Smart. Combos are good for Yuki for 14 seconds. They are not for Smart, so she will settle for a 17. And again, this is versus level 6 just like V-Hard, but the opponents are a lot slower, so you can get away with a lot less. Oftentimes 6 lines in about a 15-second period will end up being good enough. Unfortunately, Yuki flubbed the 5 chain there at the end. Smart will get her own 5 chain and make up a couple seconds right there.
Smart's turn to take that 14-second stage. So let's jump right into this. Pucci Yuki's going to be taking us by the lead just for a little bit. The distance between our players is not very much. Starting off with that 8 combo into a 2 chain, 3 chain. Oof, missing the connection for the 4 chain. He's going to be short. Goes for another 2 chain. No follow-up here as well. I think he still needs another line, probably 2. Oh, the down stack is not going to happen, and that is going to be a 17 for Yuki. With ilikebeingsmart sending just enough, but getting that clear, being a little bit slower, and giving Pucci that time. There shouldn't be anything else for Pucci, ending at a 25.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate from both players so far. Both players are like setting up little chain sequences, and the order is just a little bit out of place. There's a 5 combo to end a 6 chain for Yuki. Definitely going to make sure that this wiggler goes down in 14 seconds, and that will be just fine. Smart finishing her 6 chain with a 6 combo of her own, and she also takes down wiggler in 14 seconds. And that would definitely be what we want to see on each of these levels. I mean, 14 seconds per stage in this 12-stage run, that would be around a 6:36 if my math serves me right. And that would be a very impressive time for this level. Unfortunately for Yuki, Froggy is incredibly low. Smart going to leave this at a 6 chain. Oh, needed one more line. So she's going to get punished with a garbage clear, and Yuki moves on after 22 seconds. There's 26 for Smart. So looks like we put the lead to Yuki over 10 seconds at this point. Oh, Yuki needed multiple
Smart
attacks
did send
here.
the follow-ups there that she did need. Unfortunately for her, though, she did not give them the room to fall, and that meant that she was a little bit short when she needed it. Yuki moving along from that Blark with an 18-second kill. Very nice. In this case, Nicole sending in 6 chain, getting instantly cleared as that falls, and Blarg is still moving about. Now he's staying still. This shouldn't take much longer. The pillars will not even be touched, and that is going to be a 21 for her. Yuki moving along with an X4. X4 is where he will leave it. And will he go for anything else? Going for this 8 combo, but still needs a few more lines. Letting the fish downstack fish. He tends to need a little bit more. You want to go for an X4 with 4 combos or extend it to an X5, but here we are. The fish is topped off, and it's going to be going down in 24 seconds.
Yeah, Smart's willingness to go out to 6 chains and 5 chains has actually really been doing them a great service, you know. Just always making sure that the enemy is topped off. That's just really key, and especially with a stage like hard where there's much less stop time for the opponents, you know, it does work in your favor sometimes.
A little bit of a drop for Yuki, just working to set up the next attack. Maybe a problem not raising the stack while setting that up. That is certainly a thing you can do to reload and also prepare your attack. A little bit of trouble there for Yuki. Does get a 27 and will enter the Cave of Wickedness first at about 5:01. And Smart will be right behind, probably in around a 5:11. So we're looking at a 10 or 11 second separation as we head into the cave. And this is hard mode, but these opponents still don't know how to chain yet. Not until Kamek will we see an opponent pick up the ability to make chains. But Yuki spamming all the single lines to get that 15-second result. Oh, Smart needing a little bit more, not quite getting enough. So Yuki will be extending the lead just a fair bit. What's Yuki got for this plant? Starting with the 9 combo in the middle. Tried to time the 6 combo for the 4 chain as well. Didn't quite get it, but that is a definitely hard timing to try and make. Definitely admire people trying to get those.
Oh.
Wow, that's a very punishing garbage clear for Yuki.
Yeah, if this was V-Hard, that 4-liner he sent might have been able to get a cheese kill, but unfortunately in Pink Heart, that is not going to be the case. Nicole jumping along with a 13 on her plant and putting us back to a neck-to-neck for these last 2 stages. We're going to be moving along right to Kamek. Both of our players must be feeling the heat because this is Nicole's match point for this tournament match, and I think it's both of their lifeline at this point. So the pressure is on to see who will remain and who will be leaving.
That drop from Yuki is okay. Good recovery there. Decent recovery.
Okay. Could have went blue for the
Need
4
more
chain
lines,
instead of
though.
purple. Yeah, that's not going to be enough. Oh, but
okay.
Kamek went for the yellow instead of the purple. There's a definite color order to how these foes find matches. They go yellow first over purple, and that cost Yuki's Kamek there. So we are still incredibly close headed into the final stage. We're less than 2 seconds apart. Will Bowser decide another race? Will Yuki survive and take this to a game 5? Or will ilikebeingsmart close it out right here?
Yuki's gonna send way some more here.
Oh, Yuki's not finding the chain so far. Smart's chain is a little bit better, but she's having to make a second attack.
Oh!
And the down-stacking Bowser is going to force a review!
Oh, wow.
Are you kidding me?
We
Both
gotta
of our
check
players
these tapes.
finishing just
Both
neck and
players finishing on racetime.gg with a 7:44. So we are going to have to go to the tape to see what each player finished. This could not have been more than a half second of separation. Oh,
that was
man.
a really, really close run. And again, the level of our gamers has definitely improved. Like, all of our games have been super close. We've had incredible tiebreakers. This is where it comes to. Like, this is the level of skill that our players have right now.
And
Jeez.
to cut down the delay on the YouTube audience, we'll cut from this point and meet you on the other side once the result has been decided. A decision has been made. ilikebeingsmart's time, 7:43. Yukisaka's time, 7:42.
Oh, yeah.
We
Yeah.
move on to a game 5, ladies and
Oh, yeah.
gentlemen.
Let's
That
go.
was a 1 second win.
Yeah.
Probably milliseconds at this point, that Yuki takes it to keep his tournament life hopes alive for at least one more game. Now the pressure's on. Final match, whoever takes this final win will be moving along in the loser's bracket. The other one can say farewell to their chances in the Tetris Attack versus Speed Tournament 2025.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Man. What an ending to that.
Oh, that was definitely a crazy finish to that one. It was about a 7:42 flat for Yuki compared to 7:43 flat for Smart, and their timer started more or less at the same point, so there's not a whole lot of discrepancy there, but it was a 1 second finish. It's hard to get much closer than that. We've seen it a little bit in this tournament already, but those close finishes are one of the reasons why we play these games. And now we hit a game 5, and the entire plate has been opened back up to ilikebeingsmart. She can run back one of these levels for this game 5. What will she pick? She's the one that likes to strategize over these the most. Any thoughts, Beefin, on what you think she should pick?
Be hard again. You just, yeah. I want blood. I mean, what she would pick? I don't know.
I think the easy run back is more like
I want. I'm inserting myself into this, but I mean, what do you think, Talker?
I definitely think it's going to be easy. I think the difference in time between the easy being about 20 seconds or 30 seconds, I'm sorry, in favor of ilikebeingsmart is noticeable enough, especially for the difficulty where she has been more consistent and Yuki has not been doing the appropriate sends, is going to be her target. If she is going to capitalize on Yukisaka's weaknesses, easy is the way to go. Now, V-Hard is the show everyone wants, and I don't know if Nicole is going to give us that, but I do think that easy would be the safest pick if she wants to keep her tournament hopes alive, and Yuki will really need a focus if he wants to stay in as well.
Well, you two have keyed in on the issue in Smart's mind, and well, I think this choice is going to have to be, well, it's time for maximum chaos.
God.
We're back to V-Hard.
Hell yeah. Nah, I definitely agree with Tulker's assessment. Like thinking about it, yeah, Yuki did struggle with sending 7 lines, but yeah, we're going to V-Hard.
Game 5 hype from Nicole on the passwords, and we're gonna be moving along to V-Hard.
Are you not entertained?
It is absolutely a moment for that movie code, because are you not entertained? These are indeed the closest this match could have been for hard, and we have a game 5. Let's go. Our players are getting ready. With Nicole finishing her reset, we're going to be seeing some timers start going on here in a little bit. And after that, ladies and gentlemen, it's all going to be up to our players to give you the best show they can.
Little bit of review on the stakes for this match. Again, loser goes home and watches the rest of the tournament from the sidelines, but the winner will be moving on to the loser of one of the matches we will be having later today. It'll be the loser of 6 and FFR Pro that will fall down to the winner of this match. So there is quite a lot on the line as both players have started their red hard journey, and both players are running into garbage clears. Some things never change.
Absolutely. Yuki started with a beautiful 7-line opening. Unfortunately for him, Lack did go down to 8 lines and then got the clear, but he still gets a 2-second lead over ilikebeingsmart, who also got a 1 garbage clear versus Yuki's 2. She was a little bit more robust on her send and made sure that that was appropriately measured. Now we're moving on to Bumpty over here. We're seeing a X3 coming from Yuki. X4, that is an X5 with 3 combos, I think. That should be more than enough to keep Bumpty topped off. In Nicole's side, we see 4 lines being sent, and now a follow-up X4 chain. A little bit of overkill. That is going to be Yuki out in 18 seconds. And ilikebeingsmart, oof, the Bumpty went down to 2 lines and got a clear when she only needed 1 more line. Unfortunately for her, that's going to be a little bit of time wasted. But this is V-Hard. We have a long road ahead of us, and we are still going to have more time. Another clear coming out for ilikebeingsmart with a 6 combo, not being able to get to the tier 2 for that Bumpty. On the other side, we have Yuki going along with an X, a 4 chain, a 4 combo. At the end of that, that is going to be a 13, taking a 1-stage lead over ilikebeingsmart.
Yeah, Yuki finishing the first quarter in under 150 and under 2 minutes. That's really, really strong.
Indeed, it is, and he's going to need quite a few more of those in order to stay alive in this tournament. Smart going to need quite a few number of those to stay alive, and there's some air walking there that I don't think our very own Tayman would appreciate any bit. And now she's getting her second tier of panels cleared on.
Yuki
She's trying to
does manage
send
to get
a
a
bigger
wiggler.
chain. She's trying to send a
Yeah,
bigger
but-
chain, and it's not working.
Pucci is in a clearing pattern right now, just clearing all the 3 pops right now. That's, wow, extremely unfortunate.
Yuki dazzling us with a little bit of a lag chain there. Beautiful extension all the way to that X5. Has a couple of combos there. Will those be enough? Oh, the clear on the down stack will let Froggy get an extra line and get to that clear. Unfortunately for Yuki, that's going to be an extra time loss. On the other hand, we see Nicole building up her chain, having that X4-5 with an X6 lag chain. Beautifully sent. Is that going to be enough? Yuki moving along from that frog in 24 seconds. Nicole getting an instant clear as soon as that garbage hits for that wiggler. Now the down stack is going to be here. Will it be able to do anything else? No. 21 for ilikebeingsmart. Still 1 stage different in the favor of Yuki, but the game can still be turned at any point.
Excellent 8 combo start from Yuki right there. Oh, yep. Oh, missed the 4-4 there.
A little late insert for that chain extension, but definitely appreciating the formations that Yuki is finding and going for. Yuki really being a breakout star in this Tetris Attack season. Just through Tetris Attack, through Pokemon Puzzle League, Yuki has proven to be very competitive. Like even making it to the finals of one of our monthly tournaments this time around. Yuki definitely showing that he is a face to worry about. And
Well, hold
getting
on
through
to
the
your
first half in
horses.
under 4 minutes.
Hold on to your
Yuki's
horses
kinda
because we're
flying.
starting to get to those games with those stages with some extra variance. Now, Fish are usually needing somewhere around 8 to 9 lines. Is going to be putting a wrench on that stable send that they were needing for the previous stages. On the other hand, ilikebeingsmart with Blarg sends a healthy change. Some combos in the back there. Will that be enough? Yes, for a 16. Fish still not topped off. Finally, the garbage falling, but is it enough? Yuki just doesn't have enough in the back end here. Fish actually gets time to set up for another clear. Yuki being a little bit short. That's giving ilikebeingsmart a stage of catch-up with her time. Oh, and the
he's
down
got-
second to a clear.
he's
Thank
got
Oh,
the
the
ball
chain!
here.
a chain
Unfortunately for
off
Yuki,
the
that's just going to
transformed
be huge.
garbage. Are you kidding me? Oh, the time losses just got bigger and bigger. Went for the red instead of the blue that was right there for the second tier. Finds a chain off the transformed garbage. This lungefish attack is still continuing after a minute. Has Smart sent enough to her fish? Maybe.
But Fish also getting those tier 2 clears for ilikebeingsmart, and the chain on
What?
the fall from the combos. There's not enough. That she still needs 1 extra line.
Fish
Fish
is in a
actually gets
clearing
another
pattern
clear.
right now. Fish is just gonna start clearing every single 3 pop. There's gonna be a clear here. Probably gonna go up to second tier, which is no longer second tier. Down stack. Oh, not topped off. Ooh, that was so close to being even worse.
This is what I was saying to commentators. This is the higher variance stages. Beautiful horizontal 8 combo from Yuki coming out, letting the garbage fall, which is very smart. He is very tight there. He needs an extra line. Is it there for when he's going to need 2 extra lines? They are there. 27, leaving that Raphael moving along to the cave in 556. On the other hand, we have ilikebeingsmart. Her Raph is just doing all the 3 clears he can find and is about to start raising the stack here. Does she have anything? Not enough yet. Sadly, ilikebeingsmart is not capable. Oh, she did
Nice.
actually get all that
Oh my.
raise for an 18.
Very nice Raven there. 18, super solid going into the cave.
She's going
I
to
just
be
noticed
about-
that she didn't start her timer. That's funny.
That's fine. We'll figure that out later if we need to. She's going to be
Yeah.
about 20 seconds behind heading into the cave. I believe she started at around the same time as Yuki anyway, so it's all good. And unfortunately for Yuki, Hookbill finds a little garbage clear, and this is going to waste a little bit of time. That random match will allow Hookbill to go to the second tier. Oh, Smart needs a lot more help.
So does Yuki.
Oh, Hookbill
Yuki
going
has
off
nothing
on
on
a
this.
4-chain.
Oh my
got a
god,
reset
Yuki.
chain.
I would just take a reset if I were Yuki right now. Like, that is not going to be a place you can get out of easily. And I like being smart. Moving along with a 24. Gonna be taking this cave. Faster, Yuki does decide
buddy.
to go for that reset.
Well.
I believe that is the fairest smart.
Smart,
And now-
extremely smart from Yuki, recognizing that he was pinned under that garbage and just didn't have any garbage, so he was just going to constantly be bombarded with Hookbill's garbage. Yeah, I like the reset very much.
Smart sending a very quick 5-line send to this plant. Will that be enough? Plant doesn't like to focus on the downstacking until after the chains. If there is enough in the back end here, this could be a quicker kill. There seems to be, but the downstack clear gives the plant more time, but she ran out
Does
of
Plant
matches.
have anything left?
This might just
No.
be enough. That is a 25-4. I like being smart. Yuki
Second
getting a
tier
tier 2
on
clear,
Bill for
unfortunately
Yuki, that's
for him.
so rude.
Oh no. Oh no,
All right.
Yuki having all the trouble with Hookbill here. Oh, that is unfortunate. Smart is in a bit of a commanding position with a full stage lead with 2 stages to go. Smart's opportunity to move on and stay alive in this tournament. She's going big. She's going 7-chain.
And I think that is the smartest thing I like being smart can do, because right now the last thing she needs is for any of her opponents to have any recovery of their HP. She just wants to whittle them down to make sure that Yuki can't catch up. But Yuki with a 14 plant, making sure to move right out of the way, trying to catch up to this Kamek that is taking all the time to clear. But that's going to be a 33 for Nicole. She moves along to Bowser while Yuki's moving on to Kamek. The 1-stage lead has turned on its head, and now we're going to be seeing Nicole enter the final stage while Yuki has to do a little bit of catch up.
It's about an 8:53 Bowser entry for Smart. This is her match to lose now. How is she going to get this started? Oh, she got a 5 combo here. A nice insert for the 5-chain. Gonna make it a 6-chain. Gonna make it a 7. Bowser's gonna get to downstacking. Gonna get that garbage clear, but Nicole will be sure that this attack will be enough. She's gonna try and send whatever combo she can on the back end of this to make this work. Oh, another little clear.
But Bowser's
Although
running
Yuki
out
is
of
not
time.
having the best time with Kamek. Kamek does some airwalking to get to that garbage clear.
Second tier, yep.
And Bowser is going up and down from first tier to
No.
second tier, fighting all the matches he can.
As long as Bowser doesn't get to recover his health, if he's topped off, Nicole is poised to take this match. Yuki still being unable to leave that Kamek is not going to be good for him, though.
Another
Kamek
chain.
airwalking a 5 combo, and now finally starting to go into downstack, but there's still so much garbage. And Bowser looking at that tier 2, will he get it? Yes, he will.
No.
Nicole still
Dude.
needs to make sure this Bowser stopped off, or that's going to be the end.
Oh.
1 minute and 20 seconds. Yuki's out of Kamek. Bowser
And
falls in
there
1
it
minute
is.
15. And Nicole will take it for
Wow.
this match. Game 5.
Oh my. Both players running into some trouble at the very end. And it is, I like being smart, doing enough to get out from under all that. It is, I like being smart, finishing with a 10-20, while Yuki will take the DNF. Record that as a 15-20, and what a match. What
Yeah.
a back and forth between these two. And it is I Like Being Smart coming away with star number 3 and the win.
Yeah, just an incredible match. One for the ages, you know. Smart coming away, you know, not letting Yuki have the run back. And Yuki, very solid performance, taking it all the way to game 5. You know, this will be fuel for the upcoming monthlies and the upcoming, next year's World Championship. But yeah, great match today. Very well done from both players.
All right, it's time to make this result official. 3-2. I Like Being Smart does move on to the second round of our losers bracket and will be awaiting the loser of one of the winners quarters final matches that we will be playing later today. And who knows, Smart might be in for a little bit of a rivalry rematch. I mean, based on how things are projecting so far as we take a look at our updated bracket. There's I Like Being Smart in match J. The loser of match D in the top 12 will play her, and that match D is the 3 versus 6. That's 6 versus FFR Pro 21. That's going to be a fun one to look forward to later on in the show. But Tolker, it's time. It's time to take on GamerX459 in the next round. He's already ran off to prepare. Good for him. Beefin, how much are you looking forward to seeing these two play?
This is going to be sweet. Tolker really wants to get back into the winners enclosure after that 3-1 loss to the artist formerly known as Tayman Wizard Person, Wizzy P. And yeah, let's see what happens.
We shall see what happens indeed. We'll let these players know that we are ready to start their match, and then we will bring it to you right after this. Stay tuned. You are watching the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Tetris Attack Speedrun Tournament 2025.